If you're living in Spain, it's vital that you sign on to the Padron immediately. So here is a complete guide to what it's all about and how to register. Welcome to YouTooSpain, because you can do it too. Hi, I'm Skatz, and here on YouTooSpain you can find lots of videos about moving to Spain and living here. And every Saturday morning there's a live stream where you can ask the experts questions all about it. Plus, we have an information-packed website too at YouTooSpain.com. But let's get straight on and tell you everything you need to know about the Padron. What is the Padron? The Padron is a registry at the local town hall where you live in Spain. It's the equivalent of being on the electoral roll in the UK, but there's a bit more to it than that. In a nutshell, it's a registration to say that you officially live at a certain property. What is the Padron certificate? This is a dated certificate to say you've registered on the Padron. When using this certificate, it must be less than 90 days old to act as proof of address. That's 3 months. Now, this doesn't mean you have to renew your certificate every 3 months. You just renew it when you know you're going to need an up-to-date one. However, the town hall will request a renewal, usually every 5 years, if it's not done in that time. If you're a couple or a family, you should all sign on together. For your initial registration, you should all be there. Although some town halls allow the main family member to come along and bring all of the family members' IDs and documents and proofs with them. Check this in advance with your town hall. Do you need to carry the certificate with you everywhere you go? No, you don't generally have to have it with you unless it's specifically needed. Should non-residents who own a Spanish property be on the Padron? Not really, no, because you're not officially living there. You're just on holiday or visiting, and it could have tax implications if it looks like you're spending time there, which would make you a fiscal resident and therefore liable for tax. However, some town halls in the past have encouraged non-residents to sign on because there are financial benefits to the town. I'll come to that in a moment. What do you do if you live in more than one place and you have more than one property, you lucky thing? Well, you should register in the municipality of your main residence, the one that you spend the most time at, because you can only sign on in one place at a time. What are the benefits of you being on the Padron? The certificate proves that you live there, so it's an official document of proof of address. It's also by far the most common form of proof of address that all important organisations will ask for. Let's have some examples. Social Security, Trafico, Foreigners Department, health centres, schools, and for driving licences, pensioners' cards, anytime you need a proof of address. Note, it's not a form of ID in itself, but along with your ID, it definitively and officially proves where you live. There are other benefits. You can get discounts in some regions on IBI, otherwise known as SUMA, that's a property tax, certain other taxes, local events and fiestas, and municipal gyms and swimming pools. Also, you can vote in the European elections. Ask at your local town hall about the benefits in your area. Extra news! And here's some extra news for pensioners. The benefits of the pensioners' cards include cheap menu del dia at restaurants and cheap travel on public transport. Woohoo! Is the Padron the same as residency? No, it's a different thing altogether. You should be able to sign on the Padron before you register for residency, although occasionally in certain circumstances people have been asked for proof of residency first, which creates a bit of a chicken and egg situation. Which comes first? What are the benefits for the town or municipality? Well, they get money from central government for each person on the Padron, so it's definitely in their interest to get as many people on it as possible. This pays for local events and lots of other things, so it's a win-win. How and where do you register on the Padron? You must register to be on the Padron at your local town hall. In Spanish, that's the Ayuntamiento. During COVID, most town halls were only doing registrations with an appointment, so check with your local town hall for details. Some places you can book online, others you just turn up. Some bigger municipalities can have more than one place to register, and there may be more appointments at one place than the others, so it's worth checking so you don't have to wait so long. It's also worth checking whether there's an English-speaking official there if you're not fluent in Spanish. If not, take someone with you who is fluent to make the job easier for everyone. There are differences and nuances at different town halls. Of course there is. This is Spain. What do you need to prove? Number 1, prove who you are. Who am I? You'll need your ID, your national identity document. This means your passport or ID card. You can't be registered without this. Minors will also need a birth certificate. Make sure it's apostilled and translated into Spanish by an official translator. If you already have an NIE number or residency card, take this with you too, because the number will be used on your certificate. What do you need to prove? Number 2, prove where you live. Where do I live? Now, this depends on whether you're owning or renting a property. For ownership, you'll need the property deeds, or nota simple. They're available from the land registry. For rentals, you'll need the rental contract, and also you'll need supporting documents like a recent utility bill or property tax bill. This, of course, is issued by the same town hall. Properties are registered at the land registry under a catastral number, and this will be checked by the town hall. It's public knowledge and can be checked online. Extra notes! If you're living with someone who's either on the Padron or is registering at the same time, they should be with you and you should register together. They'll need to sign a declaration. For rentals, town halls will also ask for proof that the owner is the actual owner. That's important. We had to send a copy of his ID card, which looks like this, and that he is entitled to rent the property off, of course. Our town hall asked for the landlord's property tax bill, or IBI, which looks like this. It contains his ID number, the catastral reference number of the property, the address, and lots of other details which tie in with the other documents. That's what they like to see. It's a bureaucrat's dream. And there's more. Something else you need to know. Most town halls ask for a rental contract that's a minimum of 6 months, and some ask for more than 11 months. This is an odd number, it seems, but it's to do with the type of rental contract you have, because there are basically 2 kinds. One which automatically allows the contract to be renewed on an ongoing basis, and the other is more of a temporary thing, and it doesn't specify that. Check with a good gestor to make sure you get the best rental contract in the first place. What do the application form and the certificate look like? The form that you fill in looks like this. At least this is the redacted version of the one we filled in at our local town hall in the Malaga province of Andalusia. Your local form could be different. And here's what my Padron certificate looks like. I think these are more standard wherever you are in Spain, but if yours is different, tell me in the comments below. What does it cost? Signing on to the Padron is either free or there's just a very small fee to cover the admin charge. It can be less than €5. How long does it take? It only takes about 5 minutes to fill in the form. You could take it away to fill in and bring it back for the appointment if you're unsure. It is in Spanish. The town hall staff will help you if you ask nicely. What about getting the certificate back? How long does that take? It takes anything up to a month to receive your certificate, depending on the municipality you're in. Ours took 3 weeks, but I've heard of some people getting it within hours or a few days. It's best to ask when you make your application. Anything else? Yes, you might need to know there are 2 variations of the certificate. The first one, which is the ordinary one that you'll need for most things, is called the Certificado de Empadronamiento, and this is either individual or collective, which is for couples or families. Collective certificates can make it easier sometimes when you're showing documents to Social Security or tax returns, for example. They prefer the family unit to be shown on the one document, makes it easier for them. The second kind of certificate is called the Certificado Histórico, which shows the date when you signed on the Padron and a recent date, and it's something that you would ask for if you want to prove how long you've been on the Padron. And that's it. Any questions? Ask in the comments below the video. Do you want to know about visas or residency or anything else to do with moving to Spain? Lots of videos on this site. Check out the videos that will appear here any second now. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. See you on the next video. Bye. Let's do the Padron dance. Woohoo. Bye.